witches at black masses, evil minds that plot destruction, sorcerer of death's construction, in the fields of bodies burning, as the war machine keeps turning.
Oh, sorry. That was Bob Ross. That was not me. Bob Ross. Bob Ross is my guest host tonight. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to Shaman Sundays. I am your host, Brandon Cooper. Super excited to have the guest on tonight, Greg Koss. What's up, buddy? Super excited. But first, like we always do, we light the sage before we start because we want to get rid of all the negative energy from last week and all the crud, and we want to move forward to next week with positive energy because you know what? Everybody needs positive energy. Hey, Becky. Am I still your favorite? Hello, Anne Marie. So the sage is lit. So much to get to, so little time. Scott Horn, the horns are in the house. Thank you for tuning in, Scott. Quick thing I got to put out there. Just got this book in, the introductions to the demonic education from Father Ken Torres, Doctor of Divinity. Great dude. He's also a fellow Marine like me, so we kind of get along. Check him out, man. He's really good dude, really great guy. Order his book, like straight from him. Don't go to Amazon. They're horrible about paying their people. Yes, I said it. Buy directly from the author because they put their their money and their time and their effort in. Let's make sure they get their money. Also, I got to spend the weekend with this young lady, Jessica Lynch, the former POW from Iraq. I took her on her first ever ghost hunt, guys. More details to come about that. We were at the Shawnee Abandoned Amusement Park. So it was super great. Maybe we have a new paranormal investigator coming up. So I'm super stoked and excited. I've never met this man before, but I've always wanted to, and he was kind enough to accept the offer to come on to the show. His name is Dustin Peri, and it is Pari, not like I put it in the thing and misspelled his name because proofreading is not my forte. So I'm going to apologize to the man beforehand. So, I mean, do I really need to introduce him? But I'm going to. Everybody should know him. Dustin Peri is, you know him, you love him from the Ghost Hunters. I'm just going to say franchise because he's all over the place in that. And I love it. He's also a motivational speaker. And it says that he's a pie aficionado. Now, those of you who know me know that I, too, enjoy my pie. So we're going to have a little back and forth about pie. So without further ado, you know what? Let's just bring him on the show. Dustin Peri.
What's up, man?
Hey, man. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Very well. Thanks for asking me to be here with you tonight.
Man, it was great. It's great to have you on. I personally maybe geeking out a little bit. I've always wanted to talk with you and meet with you. You on camera, you put out like this great vibe, and I'm like, that's probably a really cool dude. And the more and more that I research you and read about you, it's true.
Thanks, man. I, still work in progress, but doing my best as we go through this life and figuring things out as we go. But thankful for the opportunities that have come my way and working hard to keep things going,
Oh, I love it. Oh, hang on, a little technical issue on my end because you are frozen, but I can hear you.
All right. How about now? Am I frozen now?
Yeah. Yes. Like. Let me look down at my producer Rex. Is he frozen on your end, or is it just mine? Yes, he's frozen on your end. Sad but true.
But you can still hear me, though.
I can hear you.
All right.
Oh, there we go. Hey, there you go. Now I see you and hear you.
Okay, grand. Well, worst case scenario, it becomes a radio interview, but either way, we're all good.
I mean, right. I'm perfectly fine with that. So let's just get started with the basic get to know each other question.
Sure.
That every paranormal podcast asks, what's your favorite pie?
Pumpkin without a doubt, man. And I love all of them. I like rhubarb sometimes hits me the wrong way, but I'm willing to entertain all of them. But if I can only have one desert island type scenario, it's got to be pumpkin.
Right. Okay. So now I'm going to challenge you to. Well, and see, now I'm going to challenge you with your pie knowledge. Have you ever had buttermilk pie?
Oh, wait a second. I have. Where was I? I was on the road somewhere and they had it. I want to say they had it at what's the stupid place with all the breakfast stuff and the kitsch everywhere? Come on, brain.
Cracker Barrel?
Yes, I had it at a Cracker Barrel, which was actually pretty good. I'm sure it probably would have been better if I get it like a little roadside diner because those are the best. But I saw it advertised. I was like, I've never had this, so I had to have it, and I was a huge fan. Really delicious.
Yeah, that would be my desert island. Had to have it would definitely be buttermilk pie.
I love buttermilk.
And that's
we don't have a lot of buttermilk specialties up here in New England, unfortunately. It's more of a southernish thing, I guess. So, but I really enjoy it. I love it. I could drink the stuff, like just a carton of it from the market. It's awesome.
See, now I blame my grandparents because when I was little and they did the old milk switcheroo on me because it was funny. And I did not think it was funny, and to this day I don't drink it, but no. I will eat it. I will eat it in my biscuits and everything else. So I'm just going to kind of do the backwards interview. I want to know what got you into motivational speaking and your mental health and suicide awareness. Like, what brought that out?
Sure, man. So back when I was doing the international show for Ghost Hunters, I did the GH show originally. Then they sent me overseas for a couple of years. We still had MySpace at that time. You know, that's how long ago it was. But people would write to me, and I've never been a big party guy. You know, and like the production crew and stuff, like nights off, everybody would kind of go out. I would have a beer with everybody, grab a round, and then just kind of head back to the room. And I used to bring DVDs with me. I'd watch all my TV shows from back home, try to feel a little more comfortable. But we get on MySpace and try to answer questions, you know, and people, a lot of like, you know, just pictures and stuff like ghost dust orbs, that kind of thing. But I started to get questions from people about like they weren't happy in their job anymore, or they had love life problems. And then it took a more serious turn. Not that those things aren't serious, but when people start writing to you about self-harm and suicidal thoughts, well, then I was like, okay. And to be quite honest, I was like, I don't know why the hell they're writing to me. Like, I couldn't figure it out. But then I started to realize that, you know, just like with like movies and stuff that we watch or even like scripted, you know, TV shows, there are certain characters that we identify with, that we connect to. And on a reality show, if people are really being true to who they are, then what better way to have a connection? And for some reason, these people that were going through things felt comfortable with me. And so they would write to me about this stuff. And I always tell them, listen, I am not, you know, a licensed therapist or clinician in this realm, but I'm happy to listen. And I really started realizing more people just need somebody to listen to and to listen to them. And so I started doing that. And then I started meeting people at events that came up and they liked some of the positive things I was tweeting about or posting about. And I developed some lectures. I started speaking at schools. Like, so now I do middle schools all up to corporate events. And unfortunately, I had lost a couple of friends of mine that died by suicide over the years. So that cause is become even more important for me to try to help people. You know, it's funny, man, like working in the paranormal, especially with ghost hunters, you know, at the end, it's like, oh, we're here to help and that kind of thing. You know, it's all good. But I was like, I don't know how much we're really helping, man. Like, I can't cross over things, or I can't guarantee you any of this stuff works. I have a
Mhm.
healthy interest in the paranormal. I know the spirit world to be a real place. I believe that we are spirits going through a human experience. I don't think we're from here. I don't think we stay here, but I do believe that we should help each other out while we are here. So I always think like I am helping spirits. I'm helping the ones that are still going through this place now.
Right.
So that's what I focused upon, and it's really become the thing that means the most to me. I love the paranormal. I love all the creepy stuff, the spooky stuff, like absolutely. But I will take sitting down and having a one-on-one discussion with somebody struggling through this life, and try to help them find a way more than any other scenario.
Yeah, and when I was reading up on that kind of touched me too. I am a disabled combat veteran with severe PTSD. I've been down the suicidal road and the mental health struggle, and I like it. And you don't have to be a combat vet to get PTSD or to go through struggles. And I started my show to be able to reach out and do some little mental health things here and there, and it just does me good to see that there's other people that are genuinely concerned
Yeah.
about, so that's what kind of why I wanted to bring that up and get that, get the show started with that. So
Yeah, for sure,
I,
man.
I definitely want to thank you for all that you do, especially like working with middle schools and stuff like that. I mean, that's awesome.
Well, thanks, man. And, I feel like unfortunately the numbers dictate. I mean, well, probably for the veterans, like the numbers are very high, unfortunately, for suicide. And then the greatest amount of growth is between children between 9 and 11 or 9 and 13. And I just think back to when I was a kid, like I just want to ride my bike and play Nintendo, like
Right.
listen to Metallica, like everything was good. And now I'm like, man, these poor kids, like with all the ways we have to connect, we're so isolated from each other when it comes to real conversation and things that matter. And I feel like we're doing a great disservice for our children because, a lot of the parents, grandparents, whoever it is, like everyone's going to work 2 to 3 jobs just to get by. And the kids come home from, they have, a tough day at school or whatever. A lot of times people don't really listen. We get distracted. We're on our phones. We're dealing with work. We're dealing with our own things. And I
Right.
feel like kids are really, it's about the innocence. I feel like the innocence of children gets ripped away so early in this life, and they don't have much to turn to in terms of keeping things hopeful for them. So that's why that means a lot to me to do that. And the veterans, I have a friend up here who's in the Coast Guard, and I was talking to him recently about trying to find more ways to access um, veterans groups and stuff to try to help them. And I don't have any experience. I didn't serve in any way. A lot of family members did, and obviously a lot of great respect for everybody that does, and for their families that sacrifice, letting them go away to do this kind of work. And I actually just ordered I ordered a T-shirt off Project Valhalla that just came in yesterday, and it just says "Unstoppable" on it, and it's
Yep.
kind of like the fatigue, like olive drab green with the American flag on it. I just feel like it's important for people to know that this goes down a whole nother rabbit hole, man. But like I really believe that our spiritual selves are a lot stronger than we were led to believe in this life. And I think
Right.
we've lost our way a hell of a lot. And we have to remember that that spirit inside is still unstoppable. And we just need to try to calm the distractions and focus on our peace, focus on ourselves, and really harvest what we've been given already to help to conquer the things that we have to in this world.
And I 100% agree with everything that you're saying. Also, side note, if you do want to get plugged in with various veteran groups, let me
Mhm.
know. I can help you out.
That'd be
Uh,
grand, brother. Happy to help. That'd be great.
um, so since now that we have covered that, and it's a heavy subject,
Yeah.
but
Right.
you know, I I think that it needs to be talked about, especially the suicide rates, and all that
Yeah.
the noise um, of the world. And you're
Mhm.
right. We need to focus on ourselves and our peace, and we are truly unstoppable. And I'm glad that you got that shirt, Valhalla Project. I love them. I do some work with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're great. But
Cool, man.
but yeah, so I just really wanted to tell you how much respect I had when I read that you're big
Thank you,
on
sir.
the mental health side, especially for our youth, because that's the future of that's our future.
Yeah. That's it.
Now
Well, thank
let's
you,
switch.
sir.
Yeah, man. Okay. How is Miss Raisin,
Oh,
Dustin?
my little cat.
Ah,
She's okay. Yeah, I have one of those hairless Sphinx cats. I have 6 cats in total, but she's the one that has my heart. She's doing well. We had a roasted chicken tonight, and so I was sneaking her some off my plate. My wife's like, "You've turned her into a little begging dog." I'm like, "She's not a begging dog. She's a sweet little girl, and she needs her little treats. So I take care of her."
well,
So,
there's nothing wrong with that.
no, absolutely not. It's not my fault I have a favorite. I mean, we all favor things a little bit. All the furry cats are nice, but I like that little hairless one. She's a sweetheart.
Well,
She's a
there
good
you
one.
go.
Yeah, indeed, man.
So for just in case you just tuned in, Miss Raisins is fine.
Yeah.
Yes, I love it. Okay, so how did you? Let's get on to the taps and
Yeah.
the ghost hunter side. How did you run into taps? Because you've known them a long time, right?
Yeah, I've been with those guys since like, I don't know, season 1.5, pretty much. I was just, here in New England, I was just like the local ghost guy. Like I would just go out after work. People would show up in I was working at an ambulance company. People would
Mhm.
just show up in the parking lot. I would take them to different places that I knew. And I always have to do the right thing now and, just warn people like don't go to abandoned buildings, be very wary of trespassing. And a lot of it's just because you can get hurt yourself. Like these things are
Right.
falling apart, you know?
Yep.
And so you got to be careful. But, when I was 15, 16 and started going to these places, that was the
Yep.
way of it. And I did that for many years. So all of a sudden, I come home one night from the ambulance company and I'm flicking through TV and I see these guys that are welcomed into people's houses. I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, no one's yelling at them. There's no cops chasing people away.
Yeah. Where's the
And,
fun in that? I mean,
right. So I emailed all of them. I was like, hey, listen, like I used to work for CBS and Fox News. I know how to take care of all that equipment and stuff that you guys are just throwing in boxes and broken every week. But and I've been investigating on my own for years, and they didn't write back to me the first couple of times, but eventually they did. And we
right.
had a little meeting. We had a meeting in a coffee shop, and they were like, "Listen, we can't bring you on the show, but we'd love to have you on our home team," and which is all I was looking for because I was working 2 jobs at the time anyway. And,
Right.
and so that's what I did. I joined the home team, and several months later, they were filming in Rhode Island. They asked me to do an episode there, and it just kind of took off from there. And I've always kind of been a part-time player because families always come first. So I was like, yeah, I love this. It's fun. It's a great little moonlighting thing, but like healthcare was a more stable career, and it kept me closer to home for my family. But then, of course, international came up a couple of years later, and things changed a little bit.
Right.
But yeah, it's been a hell of a blessing, and I've had a great time, and we're still going. So we're not filming right now, but that's still on the table for the future. So we'll see what comes up.
And see, that's everybody knows taps and ghost hunters.
Yeah.
It was. I like to call it the new original. Now, were there paranormal shows prior to that? Sure.
Yeah.
Little documentaries here and there, but Ghost Hunters like kicked off the whole thing with and I love it.
I used to love all those shows, like the most haunted places in the world show. Like I would as a kid, man. Like and usually you never got them until Halloween time.
Right.
It was only like October, and it was like, oh, this is the best month. You can watch all these things, and now it's like it's on all day somewhere.
Right. Yeah. But that used to excite me as well. The Halloween. All right, now I'm gonna watch about aliens. Now this is gonna be crazy.
That's it. And then here I was this morning cleaning out my closet because I'm like doing the annual, semi-annual, I guess, clothes donation. Like when we go through the closet and get all the stuff out that I'm not gonna wear anymore. But I had Ancient Aliens like declassified on in the background. I'm like, oh, I could watch those things forever, man.
Oh, I do the paranormal and a little bit of the cryptid, but I've never been a fan of the alien, and I'll tell you why. So one of those shows back, in our childhood came on. I think it was about the alien autopsy and some other stuff.
I remember that.
Well, there was a part where they were talking about how the aliens would insert something in the person's nose like a tracker, right? Okay. Well, at the exact moment that they were showing the little demonstration, my nose started bleeding.
Oh, geez.
Like, I'm sitting on the bed as a kid and I'm watching
Yeah.
this. No reason. Like, I'm not touching my nose or nothing. And it just
Right.
starts bleeding. And ever since then, I've been a little scared about the old aliens. But
Yeah.
yeah,
That's weird, man.
I mean, really,
Yeah.
I think that's the first time I've told that story on
Right.
my podcast too. How strange is that, right?
Yeah, just very that timing is. I'll tell you what, man, it's funny because as you're telling the story, I was thinking, I remember, man, when I was trying to figure out the time period, but I mean, I was a bit younger. I was still single, and I remember laying. I was in my house, and I'm laying in my bedroom, and I had this is show the time of it. I had a water bed. So
Yep. Yes,
I don't know if
sir.
they even still make them anymore, but I had a water bed. And I'm laying there in the waterbed. I was very excited. I had taken the night off work because I was going to watch on the Sci-Fi Channel. They had a special movie called The Kraken. And I was like, I love pirate stuff. I love underwater cryptid things. We're going to watch The Kraken. It's going to be great. And I'm laying there and I got my bowl of popcorn. I'm all in bed, nestled, watching this thing.
Right.
And as soon as the Kraken goes to attack for the first time, I feel something sting the back of my leg. I jump up out of the bed. Popcorn goes everywhere.
Oh,
Like,
no.
what the hell is going on? And somehow I get those damn little water bugs like got into the mattress, into the bed. So I ended up like all stung up on the back of my leg. But it coincided with the first Kraken attack.
Right.
It scared the hell out of me.
So you're right there with me with that fear.
Yeah, it's like it's like it almost connected through the TV somehow.
Right.
Pain is delivered.
Oh, that's that 4D movie stuff that
That's right.
Disney tries to do down there at the park, but
Right.
you get it in your own home.
Yeah.
So you started working with TAPS, then you get to go international. Let's talk a little bit about the international because I always say that there should be a class for ghost hunters that go to other countries because they have completely different things and different rules, and they're as ancient places over there. What are maybe one or two memories that stand out that maybe were your oh crap, I'm in over my head moments?
So the first one that actually happens is still ghost hunters, but we're doing Lep Castle in Ireland. This is kind of like the testing the waters to see if international is going to be a thing. And we didn't really know too much about it at the time. I just know that, they offered me the opportunity and I was like, absolutely. Like I'd never been really out of the country much. So I was excited. And just like you said, I didn't have a lot of knowledge of the place or the beings, the spirits, or any of that stuff. And so I go and I'm, reading the case file on Lep Castle, and I'm trying to read up on like cultural folklore and belief systems. Even if they never show it on TV, it was always important for me from a spiritual understanding to know a little bit what I was going into. So that included like the religions of the people that are there now, and also the people that were there before, because there could have been older deities and practices that could have brought certain things about. So you want to be aware of that. And they keep telling, they keep talking about the fae and the fairies. And growing up here in the States, I'm like, the only thing that pops to mind when I think fairy is like Tinkerbell. So I'm like, this sounds stupid. What the hell are they talking about?
Right.
So it's not till I'm there and we're investigating that things start to kind of happen. And it was weird to start seeing like little like murky images of faces and things. I'm like, okay, like, is this IR imprinting? What am I looking at? Trying to figure it out from a rational standpoint. And Barry, who's my first time meeting Barry Fitzgerald, and now became a very good friend of mine. But it's the first time I'm meeting him, and he comes bounding up the stairs to the chapel area. And it's like, oh, you guys need to stop doing what you're doing. The pressures are rising, and I'm tracking this and that. Something's going to happen. You need to stop. And I just kind of laugh it off, like politely, but I'm like, oh, I'm going to finish investigating, And at the time, I did take a different approach. Like now, I'm very, more thoughtful and respectful of everything. Then I would get a little rise of doing some, intimidation type tactics and provoking and stuff, which it doesn't work for me anymore. I mean, I'm sure it works, but I just don't care to do that and operate that way. All about raising the vibration, But but at the time, I'm like, mocking Barry, mocking the fae and all this stuff. I'm like, this is ridiculous. And next thing I know, our cameraman's like, Tango and I were leaving the chapel, and the cameraman says, "You guys mind waiting? I just want to get some B-roll shots, and then I'll leave the chapel with you." They didn't like to be alone, in some places, but yeah, whatever. And that's when it lifted me up and dropped me right on my back. And Tango swears to this day he actually saw my feet come up off the ground.
Right.
For television purposes, they were not filming us when it actually happened, so they just cut my point of view camera, which you see go to the ceiling, with earlier footage of me walking where I think I turned my ankle because it was kind of like cobblestoney. So they spliced that together as a jumping off point. But what actually happened was much more impressive because, like Tango said, my feet came up off the ground a couple of inches. I felt like I got hit by a wave, like in the ocean, like lifted up and dropped down. Continue investigating the rest of the night. Went back the night after as well. Nothing else really showed itself to that point, and nothing else has ever shown itself to me to that point since. But I think it was important for me in my own journey to be like, hey, like, you're not going about this quite the right way. Like, you need to be more thoughtful and respectful. So that changed my approach quite a bit. But Barry and I put together a book actually. It's called So My Home is Haunted, Now What? And that was specifically written by taking stories of the different countries we visited, talking to people of different belief systems and understandings and experiences, so that if someone, even here in America, in this melting pot that we live in, was working with a family, of like Malaysian descent that had different Asian belief systems, they may know how to best help that family in this scenario.
Right.
'Cause a lot of times, we put our own thoughts into it, and that doesn't always coincide with what exactly is going on and what the people are experiencing.
Oh, right. And let's see, we have a question here from Kimberly Horn. Was the Lep Castle the one where there was some footage floating around of how a person got possessed during a tour and was caught on camera?
That is not familiar to me. I don't recall ever seeing that from that castle. I'd be very surprised if it was, because there doesn't seem to be anything of that type of nature there. And also that type of possession, that TV possession, is not really the way it works. I've been very honored and blessed to have studied under John Zaffis here in New England. And we've had many, many long car rides and airplane rides and everything, and plenty of times to pick his brain. And I'm thankful I get to work with him still. We're working together. We're doing an event next month. But Johnny is really schooled me on the ways of possession. 99% of the time, it's a very long, drawn-out process,
Right.
where somebody eventually acquiesces and lets it in. Then there's pure possession, which is very, very rare if it does happen, and that's without anybody's knowledge or allowing it to happen. It just happens. So a lot of these things we see on tours and we see on TV isn't really the way it usually happens for real. And I never go out of my way to blackball anybody or talk negatively about them. Watch all the shows. There's plenty of shows. There's plenty of ideas. There's plenty of dead people for everybody. Whatever entertains you may be entertaining, may not always be factual. That's fine. I sit here and watch pro wrestling all the time. I love pro wrestling. I know there's a storyline. I know they get hurt for real sometimes, but I also know that not all of it is real. But I can still enjoy the show. So, but my concern is, when it comes to paranormal TV, is I don't want people to throw the baby out with the bathwater and say this is all BS. That's obviously over the top drama, and then they say it's all nonsense. Because I think that's a great disservice to the spiritual realm, to the spirits that are within ourselves. At the end of the day, no one has to believe anything. Like, when we pass away, we all find out for sure. You know? So, but in the meantime, give each other room to have different understandings and ideas. You don't have to hate somebody if they like a show you don't like or whatever. Everyone can watch whatever the hell they want. Me personally, I don't watch a lot of paranormal TV just because it's my hobby. It's my passion. It's what I do. So I don't always like to watch other people do it all the time. I will watch shows that my friends have, especially their debuts and premieres, to help promote it. But I like alien shows. I like wrestling. I like cartoons. And I'm very excited for Shark Week.
Okay, so I'm from South Carolina, so now you're talking wrestling. We're talking
territory down there,
man. And then I also read somewhere that you're a huge NASCAR fan.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. I was at the short track last night over here up in Seekonk, Massachusetts.
Well, one of these days, if you ever get down to my neck of the woods, we've got a track where Ralph Earnhardt was our track champion. This track has been around for decades and decades.
Really?
It's a nice little short track. I'll have to take you to some.
That'd be great. I love short track racing, man. It's just there's something so it's like the passion is palpable when you're there. You know, people are really into it. Like there's team members, family, and friends. Everyone's like, wearing their crew numbers. It's so cool. Love it.
And the occasional fist fight in the pit.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's real. It's real. I love it.
We had Jimmy Spencer when I was a kid. Jimmy Spencer was the guy up here, and he made it all the way up to it was Winston Cup at the time, but just a big brawler of a guy, like knocked people out. That was great.
And I see that was the good old days of rubbing is racing, and
now everyone's offended if you tap them a little bit.
Well, the next thing they're going to do is they're going to put turn signals on the cars, so when you pass, you better hit your turn signal.
Yeah, let them know. I'll tell you, just the last 3 or 4 years, I have not enjoyed racing at the top level as much as I did when I was a kid. It just seems to be a lot of just nonsense and penalties and whining and just not hard racing like it used to be,
Well, yeah, I tuned out. I quit maybe a year before Junior retired.
Okay.
Yeah. I just couldn't anymore. That whole all my heroes are dead. It was true.
It was tough, man. Yeah, I mean, like the guys from that generation. Like, I mean, I remember I met Davey Allison just before he had passed at a car show. I was an Alan Kowicki fan. Then he died in the plane crash. We had Ernie Irvin that got caught up there in the fence, and his eyes were all messed up. Like everybody from that time period. Like there was just tragedy after tragedy, and it was really tough. It's weird. I mean, it's a dangerous sport for sure. It really is. But the cars have changed. The culture of it has changed. So I still enjoy it, but it's not a must watch like it used to be for me.
I think the only thing that I want to really go see in this this entity of NASCAR is maybe when they turn Bristol into a dirt track.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I would like to catch that.
That would be good. I've been to Bristol just for a regular night race one year. It's just fantastic. That was actually the last time I had too much to drink because of my dad. I don't drink very much, and my dad's like, "Come on, do another shot, And I was like, all right. It was like the night before. It was the day before the race, and it's, I love a good beer. I love a cold cider. I love a nice little glass of rum. But I'm more like to celebrate the occasion. I'm more about kind of like the idea of it. I don't like to just sit around and drink a lot. But we got in the day before, and my dad's like, "Come on, we don't get to hang out, blah blah blah." And Dad can drink more than I can. So I ended up, I was like, I go to the hotel room, I feel sick. And then the next morning we get up, go to the track, festivities. I'm just trying to hydrate. And that track is so loud because it's so small and everything goes up so high. I'm like, oh, this is going to be the worst. But it was still enjoyable.
I mean, but those are, you can only get memories like that at a NASCAR race.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure.
They're good, wholesome hangover fun.
Yeah, that's right.
So, what would be your favorite international investigation?
My favorite one that we did was the Clark Air Base in the Philippines. Now, this was an outpost for the American soldiers. Down after for Vietnam, and it's so funny too. I was just at an event recently, and there's a woman that came to it, and she was born at that hospital.
Oh wow!
At that time, yeah. That is the only place I've ever been where everything that we were reported to, like here's the laundry list of all the things that happened. That's the only place I've ever been where everything actually happened. We heard footsteps in the hallways where they said they heard footsteps. We heard disembodied voices of American soldiers. We recorded EVPs. We recorded EVPs of spirits talking to each other, which was amazing.
Right.
We saw a white glowing type apparition in one of the levels there. And the best part was not just the amazing experiences. It was active both nights while we filmed. And then when we bring the evidence to the caretaker, the client, he was a security guard there. After the hospital had closed, after the war was done, they were trying to figure out what to do with it. Like, do we make it a mall? Do we make it like businesses, whatever? So he was the security guard for the building, and he was the one who witnessed these things. But
Right.
then when he told people about them, they said he was crazy. He was a drunk. He was crazy person. And over years, like, this started to take a toll on this guy. He was an elderly man by the time we meet him. And when we played him the evidence, this guy just broke down in tears. And just to know that other people believed him and he finally had proof of what he had witnessed, it
Right.
was that moment, man, just like we started talking about earlier. It's helping somebody that's still here, a spirit still going through this life. He was given a tough time because of what he witnessed and believed, and to show that to him was very meaningful. And so it was that was my favorite place.
Now, what would be your favorite? Okay, before I ask that question, here stateside,
Yeah.
what is your bucket list place to investigate that you have not yet? That's here in the U.S. Well, in the northern hemisphere. I'll give you that latitude.
One which I know I won't be able to get access to, just because of it is what it is, would be Graceland. Being a big Elvis fan,
Ooh,
that would be special to me. However, we all know, like, the spirit can linger where it wants to. I personally don't believe so much in Trapped. I think they visit a lot, especially places that were familiar to them. So, like, the hotel where they filmed Blue Hawaii is like in wreckage and ruins out there. I'm like, maybe I could go there and try that,
right.
But non-Elvis related. And by the way, I've already pitched multiple times a show where we go try to find the spirit of Elvis, but they told me that he wasn't relevant enough 3 years ago. And then when I went back to them right before the movie, they said, if only we knew about this 2 years ago, we could have did it for the movie. I'm like, oh my God, I want to hurt myself. But you people are driving me crazy.
Exactly. Right.
But that would be a personal thing for me. A place that the show actually did get to investigate, and I don't remember them getting anything fantastic from it that ever came its way to me, but just something that I've always wanted to even just go to would be the Winchester Mansion. I just love the idea of a crazy house with all crazy doors and stairwells, like walking in M.C. Escher painting,
Right.
So I think that would be a lot of fun, just because there's something there. There's something to it. So that's a place I'd like to get to.
Well, that's yeah. I too. I haven't made it out to the Winchester Mansion, but that would definitely be on a bucket list. Some of my recent ones. Let's see what your takes on it. So, 2 weeks ago, I was at Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum.
Oh, great place. Been there many times.
So, you got any really cool stories that you might want to share for Trans-Allegheny?
I remember being on the 3rd floor, I believe, at Trans-Allegheny and doing a session. One of the things that I was doing a lot at the time was I would ask, like, do like burst EVP things. And I would just ask, give me one word to describe, where you are right now or what's going on right now. And I remember I think this one actually might have made it onto the show. I got one that said, I think it was fire alarm or just alarm. And I'm like, it was a woman's voice. And right before that, like, I was playing with the REM pod, trying to get them to use that. And I was like, I wonder if, and you don't want to go too far down the rabbit hole with trying to make connections. But I was like, I wonder if that's what they thought that, like, it reminded them of, or what they thought it was, because
Could be, yeah.
Here's a round disc that's glowing and it makes really loud sounds, but yeah, so that's but yeah, it's a cool place. What'd you have happen to you when you were there?
So I was actually there. We had a team of, well, there were 4 different teams represented. We had 13 people. So I believe it was on the 3rd floor, and actually they're actually watching in the comments right now, that some of the people that I went with. But it was in the I guess it was the murder room where the three inmates. One of them was a childlike inmate, or I say inmate, um, patient, and they used the. I'm trying to tell the story without telling the story in case people are wanting to go, but they used the bed railing as a murder weapon. And we got Dean's room. James is saying, oh, we got some very good flashlight responses, which I'll go ahead and say I'm not a big fan of the flashlight thing. But the way that it was going off and the responses that we were getting was quite good in Dean's room. And then in the lobotomy and recovery in the basement, I had chased a 12-foot shadow person down the hallway.
Really? Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, it was incredible.
Yeah.
Oh,
shadow people are the most intriguing to me. Like, that's what got me started with this stuff as a kid. And I still, anytime I see a shadow figure, I'm still like just in awe of the whole thing. Like, what exactly is going on right now? There's so many different
exactly.
Like, I have a whole lecture like trying to classify them and break them down, but it's just Mike Ricksecker, friend of mine, he wrote a great book about the shadow figures. It's just there's so much information that's out there, and you start to read this one and that one, you try to cross-reference it, try to see where things, if we can at least find stuff that coincides, like, okay, well, this is probably most accurate. It's in column A, B, and C in various authors' books at various places. So here's something maybe we can at least build on, because there's so much that's unknown, and you usually don't get any audio or anything, so it's hard to get any damn answers about what it is.
Right. And we're still going through all of our evidence from Trans-Allegheny, because my Lord, we were there for 8 hours. Like, it was, but that place was amazing. That was a bucket list place, and that was the first time I'd been. Nice. And then also another place I just got back last night was the Shawnee Abandoned Amusement Park. Have you had that?
I never got to go there, man. I almost got booked there once and it fell apart. I never got to go.
Listen, when you go, the place is amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. I have so many stories that I could tell, a lot of them from Chris, the owner of the place. However, they're not my stories to tell. But if you get a chance and you'll to go, please do. That place is awesome. But we got some really good. I can say we did get some really good spirit box back and forth. My name came across the spirit box, which was kind of shocking because I've never been there before. How are they going to know my name?
Right.
Right. So it was very cool.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. Love it. Yeah, I guess there someday.
Let me see here where I want to go. This is the only part that I don't like about just a free flow show, because sometimes I get stuck.
That's okay. There's always things to talk about, man. Absolutely. I'm very excited about Christmas in July coming up next month. Couple of weeks, couple of days. I'm also a Christmas fan. I was watching Christmas Vacation the other night. So it's weird, man. Like, I love the paranormal and I love Halloween so much, but Christmas just makes my soul sing. So I'm excited for all that, So I do. I do a lot of that. I do a lot of Christmas lectures. I do a lot of paranormal lectures. I mix it all together.
Oh, so how do you combine Christmas and paranormal?
So most of my Christmas lectures are more about like the holiday itself and specials and that. But I do have the Victorian Christmas Carol one. Ghost of Christmas Past. Started that last year, and we take a look back about to the olden days. We talk about the Victorian era, and we talk about the winter solstice. And it's funny because now in our modern culture, Samhain, Halloween is the most scary night of the year, right? Because we have the thing with the veil, and we can talk to spirits and all that. If we go down the old understandings and everything, but traditionally there was a time where the winter solstice and the Christmas time of year was considered to be the scariest time of year, mostly because it was dark so early, and we would gather together to tell ghost stories. Like that was part of the tradition. You'd huddle around the little bit of fire you had, and you would tell ghost stories about things. I mean, that's where we get A Christmas Carol from. Dickens wrote a bunch of different ones, and there were collections. Like now every once in a while you see if at the market they have like the actually I have it here. Like they have the like a Life magazine collection of like
Right.
Christmas stories or like Halloween Halloween scariest places. So in the Victorian times, they had books that would come out, like they were like weekly readers, but then all of a sudden around Christmas time, you would get inundated with the ghost stories. So the dark, creepy times weren't just for the fall and Halloween like they are today, but Christmas was a scary. Also, a lot of people died. I mean, death was a common thing in the winter. Like pneumonia took most of them. It was a time to be thoughtful about death, to be scared about your own passing, your own reality, and then we're throwing in all these stories. So it's great. They also played crazy games. I'm sorry, I'm taking this on another rail now, Brandon.
No, I'm good with it.
They played this game called Snapdragon, where the lady of the house, because very strict gender roles back then, the lady of the house would take a bunch of raisins and put them, not like my cat raisin, actual raisins, and they would put them in a big tray, and they would put a little bit of liquor on the tray and then light it on fire. So now you have a flaming tray of raisins on the counter, and the kids would try to grab the raisins out of the flame. And if you were able to find the golden raisin or the button, it depends on the family, you would be the first one to open presents on Christmas Day, or you would get an extra present. But everyone ended up with singed and burned hands. So I don't know how they thought this was a great idea, but it was Victorian Christmas times, just doing what they can do.
Well, the more while you're talking about that, I'm thinking Christmas in a lot of countries is scary. Like in Wales, there's the horse skull that comes up to your house, and you have to rap battle the horse.
I can't remember the Bonfiate or something. Yeah, it's like a witch with a big horse skull. And you have to like outmaneuver it verbally.
Right. Yeah.
And
then you've got Krampus.
Yeah, Krampus. Yeah. I've got the bell from the Krampus movie.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I'm really into all this stuff. It's but yeah, there's so many like the darker creatures of Christmas time. Because we had Saint Nick who had to be the hero. So he traveled with his own villain to whip the bad kids. In some cultures it was Krampus. Some cultures they had Black Peter. Like there was all these different things. And it's just, what a weird, wonderful, scary time to be alive. I mean,
right. That's, and then I'm going to take it back to talking about the Fae. And it just occurred to me because you said, up where you're from, you don't really talk about the Fae, and the only thing that you thought of was Tinkerbell. Well, here in the South, the Fae are everywhere. Like we are brought up learning about the fairies and the little people of the Appalachians. So it's kind of funny how different parts of the U.S. Which I mean, it makes sense here in the Appalachians because that's where the Scottish and the Irish predominantly came to and moved to. So it. But I just and me being ignorant of other parts of the U.S., I just thought everybody talked about the Fae and knew about it. So that's that was interesting.
I mean, even like Halloween in colonial times was struggling. It was really because of the Irish coming here. Like that's where the jack-o'-lanterns came from. Like a lot of the cool traditions that we have came because of the immigration that was going through here at the time. The Mary Lord, that was it. Tabitha Meadows helping us out with the witch.
Thank you, Tabitha.
Indeed, but there's so much that goes on in America. I mean, even with our cultural, changes that have happened over the years. But if we go back to like the old natives, like I have some native blood in me, not a lot, but Northern Cherokee. But interviewing natives for research purposes, and then also for some of the books and stuff I've put together, the ideas of the Red Road and just the respect for nature, for the animals, for everything. I don't know. I just feel like it was a much better understanding and way to live in harmony with the land than what we're doing now.
Oh, and I agree 100%. It's quite funny that you say that you have Cherokee because I am Eastern Band of the Cherokee Nation.
Oh, really? Oh, cool.
So yes, that's we have things in common, Dustin.
I suppose so. Grant.
like
And we both love pie. See, it's all coming together.
Exactly. Well, it's the whole love of pie that really brought this whole podcast together.
That's what bonds us.
Well, it is, and so we're gonna have to get together. I'm gonna come out to one of your events with buttermilk pie.
That would be great. My God, now you're gonna be craving that, man. I'm gonna have to go
Well,
make some dessert after this.
Oh, see, we have buttermilk pie downstairs, so I will think of you after the show. And speaking of eating pie together at one of your events, let's talk about, you've got a bunch of events I scrolled through coming up. Where can some of the viewers, some of my tribe, as I like to call them, where can they come see you?
Everything's really easy to find. So if you go to my website, which is dustinperi.com, you go to the events page, everything's listed there. Next stops are going to be Malvern Manor over in Iowa next weekend with Miss Chris Williams. We've got a stop coming up. It's actually a paranormal hunt, but also a suicide prevention evening in Toledo, Ohio. We're going to be working with John Zaffis over here in nearby Connecticut. I've got a new thing called Spirit Quest where we work on ourselves spiritually and then investigate. That's going to be debuting in Rahway, New Jersey in July. We only got 2 tickets for that. But yeah, I'm very thankful, man. Lots of good events coming. Lots of good people been helping me out and supporting me over the years. We got a big Paracon coming up in Indiana. MI Paracon, the biggest one, my personal favorite that we do. So all those things are at dustinperi.com. And I've got a Patreon page where I do I love that you started off with Bob Ross, because I have Mr. Herman as my he doesn't like to use the P word, but he is a puppet.
Right.
So my Patreon page is mostly motivational videos and then weird outings with Mr. Herman. So that's Monsters, Motivation, and Mayhem over on Patreon. But that's what I'm up to. That's what I'm doing. Got a couple of new books cooking, and just looking forward to getting back on the road next weekend and doing what we do.
Now, I did notice that you have an event at the McIntyre Villa coming up.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I may bring your pie to that, because Stephanie, I love Stephanie O'Reilly, the owner. And I work with Supernatural Inc., which is out of Kansas City, KD Stafford and all them.
Yeah.
So,
I love Kansas. I love Kansas so much. Somebody asked me the other day, like, if you could just be in one state, I chose arousal. But if I couldn't live in that state, Kansas. I love Kansas. It's like people are nice there. They're kind, and like there's less traffic. It's quieter. I feel like I can listen more to the world and my soul without so much noise around,
Yeah, I love it out there. So I may have to come out and see you at McIntyre. We have 2 events Supernatural Inc. does out there. Cool. So I may I don't know, may have
That'd
to
be good. That's at the end of the year. Yeah, we got Belvoir Winery coming up, working out there with Kalani, Ghost Hunter Kalani, and then we're going to be it's just my own event at McIntyre. That's at the end of the year. That's going to be cool. It's like a masquerade celebration. So what a wonderful building too. I just love it. Kansas. I pulled over on the side of the road in Kansas to look at an old cemetery, and I was like taking photos. That was like a couple of minutes, and first car goes to drive by, it pulls over to make sure I was okay.
Right.
And I was like, what? I was like, I could be on fire, like in Providence, and nobody would care. They'd be mad that you were in the way. Like, I'm sitting in this old graveyard, and people are like, oh, is everything all right? You're fine. I'm like, what a sweet place.
Oh, yeah. And yes, I've noticed several of you in the comments, that they keep mentioning that you would be a great speaker at the Mill. And let me explain that. I do a Paracon called the Haunting at the Mill Paracon. Mm-hmm. It's on 55 acres down here in South Carolina. We have petroglyphs that date back 10,000 years.
Wow.
On the site. Last year, I had it was a 3-day thing. I had camping, hanging out and all that. So, okay, I will ask him offline. Yeah, people, I see it. Like every couple of scrolls, he would be great at the Mill. And I've had a couple of a couple of text messages on the phone while we've been talking, going, "Hey,
Thank you.
hey,
And thanks to the people with, obviously good taste. So that's good.
right." Like, you know what? I'm not even going to run I'm just going to put you out there for 3 days, just you, and they will come.
Just keep me fed. Make sure there's plenty of buttermilk pie, man.
Oh, you know what? And I will. I can do that. I actually make buttermilk pie, so I'll have to
Homemade. All right.
homemade buttermilk
Okay.
pie.
Good stuff.
I can see we're getting close. I know you were only able to do an hour. First of all, thank you for taking your unicorn day and spending it with us. I noticed
My
that,
pleasure.
and I like that. Get rest, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy out there.
Right? Yeah, it's funny. I was getting to the point, like the last couple of days, I started to feel myself. I use the analogy. I'm like a race car starting to get into the red. I got to cool the engine for a while, and I could feel myself getting there. And so I was like, yeah, let me just. And like social media should be fun. And so I tell people, if you're not enjoying it, don't be there. And nobody gives me a hard time, but I get tired of just seeing a lot of the stuff, So I was like, I need a couple of days, no promotion, no nothing. But yeah, no, I told you I'd be here for you, so I wasn't going to cancel that, man. And this is all good. It's all positive and love, That's great.
Yeah, and that's all I can do. Usually I end my show with a saying, but since you can only do an hour, I'll give you my saying. Maybe it'll help you out, mean something. But I always say it's not about surviving the storm, but it's how you dance in the rain that matters.
You got it, brother. I love it.
So again, thank you so much, man. It is my honor to have you grace my show. Thank you so much for coming on. And I'll be in touch about some details about my Paracon.
Yeah, man. Maybe
we can get you down.
That'd be cool. I thank you so much for this opportunity. It means a lot to me as well. And thanks to everybody for joining us here in the comments and to come and hanging out. And yeah, man, I'll look forward to talking again and do the show again, whatever you want.
All right. Thank you so much, Dustin.
All right. See you, man. Have a good night, everybody.
Yep. Bye. Ladies and gentlemen, Dustin Peri. That was amazing. So now we're going to take a little 5-minute break. I'm going to pull Rex up without telling him. I got to go tinkle.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, everybody. I'm going to take a 5-minute break. So let's find some horrible music to listen to in that 5 minutes. Let's try this. I know I shouldn't do this, but hey, James, hey, Greg, hey, Kimberly, hey, Blaine, hey, Becky. Hi, everybody. I'm out of here again.
My nose ring was sideways again. For those of you who stuck around for my little break, thank you so much. Dustin Peri, man, that was such a genuine dude. Like, I don't know, great guy. I thoroughly enjoyed that interview, and hopefully I'll be able to work with him some more in the future. So I'm trying to get my guest, my next guest up. James Brady, Dark 30 Paranormal. I will accept your stupid friend request on my Shaman Sundays page. You just sit there and you put your big boy pants on, and I'll get around to you when I get you. That music almost killed you. I know. I did get permission to use my buddy's band, Redefined, their music. So maybe we'll have a little heavy metal break in between the next shows. So, you know, the longer I do this podcast and the more people I get to meet, the more cool people that I get to introduce and interview for you guys. I hope you kind of like that interview. I know I could have went the whole, oh my God, you're on Ghost Hunters, blah, blah, blah path. But I chose not to. I like to get to know the real people that I'm interviewing. You know, if you want to watch them on Ghost Hunters, cool, do it. But I think we covered it pretty good. All right, so my next guest will be coming on. He's a bit of a nobody. I doubt you've ever heard of him. I think one person might have watched this show. Some of you know who I'm talking about. His name is KD Stafford. I don't know, Ghosts of Devil's Perch or something, some show. He's going to be on with his lovely wife, Katie. That's right, KD and Katie. Because my life's not confusing enough that I have to work with two people that both turn around when I say either of their names. So we're going to have them on, and we're going to talk about some of our events that are coming up. Because, man, we got a couple, and we've got some surprises coming up for next year that we may or may not talk about. They're going to take a little bit getting on because I think they were still at LeBold Mansion doing a thing that they do. So if anybody has any questions in the meantime, while we're waiting on our D-list celebrity to get here, please ask away. Also, I'm reaching over for some books. Also, I guess I could put out there that we are now looking for sponsors for the Haunting at the Mill Paracon 2024. So now I have to send KD a link to the studio that he owns. This is the tech wizard that I work with. All right, invite. Bear with me, please. While I pull up the old Facebook and send him a link. You know what? I don't have to do that. I can do it like this. You see what I work with? All 15 of viewers right now, you see what I work with? Please stand by while I get him a link to the Supernatural Inc. Entertainment, which he owns and operates. But yet, he needs an invite. Don't tell him I said that, because I'll tell him. But, all right, here we go. Let's do this, that. Okay. So yeah, we are looking for sponsors. We have a tier plan on the Hunting at the Mill Paracon group page, but we have some sponsorships starting at $250 and going up from there. Love to have you sponsor. Last year I came out of my own pocket. I'm not doing it this year. Sorry, but I need your support. Also, tickets are on sale through Eventbrite. I promise I'll have the link next time. Also, I would like to know who, if anyone, that you, the viewer, would like to see me interview. Just send me some ideas. You can find me on Facebook. You can send me an email at shamansundays@gmail.com. And ladies and gentlemen, KD Knox Stafford.
Yo,
What's
sure
up, buddy?
that works. What's up?
So, you still at the Bold?
No, I'm not. I'm in my basement, my dungeon.
I see the dungeon. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome on to the show KD Stafford, who needs an invite to his own studio that he owns.
Hello.
What have you been up to, bud?
Well, I was just out trying to teach my hard-headed son how to ride his e-scooter. That's what I've been up to.
Oh, I like that.
I got one too, so we're tooling around the neighborhood. He's like, it keeps tilting over, Dad. I'm like, you gotta stand it straight up, boy.
All right. How did that work out?
It didn't.
Oh well. How was
Hopefully he'll figure it out. The ball was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do we have coming up next?
Oh man, I don't know. What do we have? What's next?
I'm pulling up our Supernatural Inc. page because you know what? This guy and that guy, neither one of us keep up with the calendar.
It's hard, man. There's a lot of stuff on there.
It's a lot of good stuff happening. So, by the way,
hello everybody.
Everybody.
Becky, Blaine,
and that's Becky, and then we have
James,
Trace.
Cam, Greg.
Look at everybody. You have a fan base.
Is this two Cams?
There's probably
one Cam.
Is there one?
There's one Cam.
Yes. That would be Kim Brady from
James, Kim. Okay, I said hello to everybody.
Wow. Okay, so Kim, are you watching on two different things? Because I have you on the YouTube page, and then if I scroll up,
Terry,
I have you on Facebook. Terry Mark. He was out there. Terry was out there with us at Trans Allegheny. That was quite fun. I do have a report to give you on the custom RoboBox that you sent to Larissa.
Oh yeah.
We used it at Shawnee Abandoned Amusement Park 2 nights ago. Incredibly talkative box.
Oh yeah, good.
Yeah, I'll bring some evidence up in a week and a half when I come up there.
Cool.
So what was I doing? Oh yeah.
Events.
So I do know in September we have something with Stephanie at the McIntyre Villa.
McIntyre is always a good event. Can't go wrong.
One of the most active places that I have been to so far in my career. I would have
Interestingly enough, one of the most active places in that place is the hallway.
That second floor hallway.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, it is.
So
okay, so here
the
comes
Labalde is good too. I think we're gonna be doing stuff out there regularly too. We just had an event out there, and thank you to everybody if anybody watches this who came out there last night. That was fun. We had a great time with you guys, Joseph, and Afterlife Paranormal with Chris and Diane and Debbie. I think I got all those names right.
Okay, so our next event, Supernatural Inc. event, coming up July 8th, is going to be a new location for us. It's the Oddfellows building.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. And Excelsior Springs. Beautiful Excelsior Springs.
So tickets are now available. Join us. Well, at least join KD and Katie. I may or may not be up there yet at the Oddfellows building. Tickets are available. Please check us out.
Check it out.
www.Supernatural Inc. Paranormal or on our Facebook.
Yes.
And there's only 10 tickets available, like 10 total tickets available for this event. So get them while you can. Come out because I have a feeling KD may do some wacky experiments.
Well, it's the first event too. So it'll be the first time anybody's been allowed in there. I mean, aside from us to do, and when I say us, I mean me and Katie and Doug. And that's like literally the only people who's been in there and investigated. So this will be the first opportunity to get out there and. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Carmel. I want to say caramel.
That's because, caramel crunch.
South Carolina. Caramel.
Yes, sir.
Caramel crunch.
Hey, don't hate the caramel ribbon crunch frappuccino. I'm telling you. Looks like our next event after that, that's going to be the big one. That's going to be July 14th through the 16th. That's going to be the Metacon in that's going to be the KC Expo.
Oh, yeah, KC Expo. Yeah, that's right up the street from the house here. That's over at the near the airport. So you just fly on in.
Yeah, and come on and see us.
Stay in a hotel right there, right at the airport, and then come on and walk right on down to the expo center, and you can hang out with it.
Not only is KD Stafford, star of stage, screen, and television, going to be out there, but we're going to have the Godfather Paranormal out there, old John Zaffis.
Well, that's what I heard. I've never met him.
Nor have I. But it's going to be great. A lot of really, really cool speakers. KD will be speaking that Saturday, and then Supernatural Inc. All of us will be speaking on Sunday. I think that's how that works. And I will get to show you all the pictures in my best friend folder that I have of KD.
Oh, you still got the best friend folder?
I do have I still have the best friend folder.
The one from Joplin?
Joplin, yes, from Joplin.
Is that where it originated? That's where everything's in it, right?
That's right.
From that event. Right. I'm going to make you read it.
I'm going to have to. I'm going to do it. I'm going to, so I mean, it's going to be great, guys. It's a lot of cool vendors out there. If you've ever wanted your own Inkbox OG or the mini version, the old S there, we're going to have it for sale for you. All right.
Yep.
And maybe some Robocoms.
Maybe. We'll see. Maybe. I'm only one person, Brandon. I only have two hands.
I don't know what to do.
These hands do a lot. These hands do a lot of things.
Right. Well, I'll be there to screw up the soldering for you when I'm there.
You know, I have a day job too, Brandon.
What is this day job you speak of? I don't understand what these words mean.
It's a very adult job. Okay. I work on video. Yes, I work on video games.
Adult. Got it.
So it's very adult. Not adult video games.
Or are they?
Some of them are. Some of them actually are adult video games. But yeah. Yeah. It's porn.
So porn.
Prawn.
Pond. It's
Prawn. Can't say that.
Pond.
Maybe
Well,
my accent will make it like go away.
I really don't even think that my show is important enough for YouTube to do anything with.
I know, but maybe one day, Brandon, you might be big enough, and people will be watching and paying attention, and you say the prawn word.
Prawn. But yeah, that would require me to grow a couple of inches to be big enough. I'm sitting on a phone book as we speak.
That's not surprising.
Yes. And then the mad scientist is going to be at Melvin Manor.
Yeah, Melbourne Manor.
Friday.
Yeah. So yeah, me and Austin, I think, are going to be there.
Yes, that is correct, because that's what the picture is. You and Austin.
Hey, look at there, me and Austin. Maynard.
Austin Maynard, the tech guru of Deathwalker with Nick Groff. Also really cool dude. Just cool dude in general.
Austin, cool dude.
So that'll be August 4th from 8 to 3 a.m. Please get your tickets.
Your team member, yes. Jennifer. Greg says, Oddfellows is amazing. We have one in North Illinois. I assume that means North Illinois and he's not spelling nil. That we investigated. He could be spelling nil. I don't know.
Or
it could be an acronym.
It could be NAL.
Is it Nilbog?
Nilbog.
Nilbog is goblin spelled backwards. That's from a movie. If anybody knows that movie, type it in the comments there. And you get brownie points.
You'll get 10% off of Inkbox. How about that?
Oh man, that's easily look upable though. Don't you freaking cheat, people.
Nope, this has to be
no cheating.
100.
And I'm watching.
Cheating. With all 4 of those eyes. They're just looking at you. Yeah, that's right. Then in August 25th, we have the Spirit and Paranormal.
My hat dirty.
Fair. No, not really.
It looks dirty.
Maybe a little cat hair.
Looks dirty, man. Let's turn around.
There you go. Well, that's kind of what I expected. Anyway, that's the KD look right there.
Don't you freaking say the FD name. But somebody tell me recently. They were like, hey man, you look like Limp Bizkit.
I know you pack a chainsaw. I know you.
Oh, you son of a gun!
Yeah.
No,
so and then
let's not talk about that.
Yeah, we're just gonna move on.
Just move on, bro.
I just want to punch your face tonight.
Yeah.
I know. Just give me something to break. I know. I get it. Yeah, buddy. You can't wait till I get up there to my second home in Kansas City.
Yeah.
Spirit and Paranormal Fair, August 25th, 4 p.m. through August 27th at 5 p.m. It's going to be in Overland Park, Kansas.
Oh, we're going to be at that one too.
Yes.
Because that's why Brandon was saying it.
Right, because if why not?
He wouldn't have said that. We're doing this because this is what we're doing.
That's what we do when we do things.
We're doing the thing. So we're doing that with the Spirit.
Yeah, and the paranormal.
And paranormal.
And it's fair with an spelled like fairy.
Spirit and Paranormal Fair? Is it Spirit and Paranormal Fair?
Fair, yes, and Paranormal. So we got Spirit. And then at the same time, I know, Paranormal. And it's a fair.
It is not an affair. It is a fair.
Fair.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
That's going to be
Rex. Rex, you got it. You got it, bud.
Yes. Yeah, buddy. Well, Rex, I mean, he's one of the movie gurus too. I figured
Yeah,
if
I
anybody.
assume Rex would know.
Yeah,
Oh
buddy.
my God, it's people! They're eating people!
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
Sort of.
It's
That's going to be
so bad. It's so bad. It's good.
much like Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Oh, that one's kind of really slow. Have you watched that recently?
Recently, no.
I should make you watch that recently. Hello, Mary Lynn. I should make you watch that recently.
I think recently we should make me watch that. Spirit and Paranormal Fair. Spirit and Paranormal Fair.
Eraserhead is a good one, but that's a good movie though. It's an art movie, right? It's crazy, but it's like a good movie. It's like too good to be appreciated for because it's not bad. Anyway, go ahead.
It's like that movie from the 30s, Freaks. It's quite good.
Yes, that's a good movie.
Yes.
That is actually a good movie, right? Like they pulled it for years because it was, like unsettling to people.
As well, it should be. And then in September,
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Go ahead, Brandon.
That's
sorry.
Right. That's okay. I saw it too, and you've just got to. September 1st, from 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. is going to be the first event at Haunting at the Villa. That's going to be at McIntyre Villa. So that'll be our first.
So is it like a series of events? What is this? What do you mean?
Because we have two. We've got that one, and then we go back in October.
Oh, you're saying it's the first of two events.
Right. It's the first of two.
The Blob was the first one was good. The 80s one, we could definitely rip on the 80s one, but it was still good.
Yeah.
The 80s version was still good, but it's sort of right on that line. But I guess, it's a product of the time.
It's a product of the time as far as
it's kind of weird though, man. Like, because you got your protagonist, it's like it changes. You think it's going to be, this is going to be Final Dude, and then it's not Final Dude. He's just sucked up and ate by the Blob.
Right.
It's kind of throws you off.
And then rounding out our
God, the Fog. Oh Lord, that is a terrible one. All right, go ahead. Sorry, Brandon.
That's okay. I'm just trying to.
I feel like you had all this written down, man, and I'm just ruining it.
Well, that's usually how it's either you ruin your podcast or generally I ruin your podcast.
Am I ruining your podcast right now? Is that what you're saying? I didn't mean it like that.
I didn't either, and then it just came out as that.
Wow. Now I know how you really feel.
Spirits of the Villa.
Anyway, moving right along. So
shut up, man. God. Spirits of the Villa, October 27th and 28th. This is like tickets are only $25 per person, y'all. Just gonna put that there. I'm just gonna leave that there. I'm just gonna leave that there. Yep. No. Oh, look there. Awkward.
Okay. So where are we at, Brandon?
We're still at awkward.
Let's do it.
Rex said
Puppet Master is a good one. Yes, that is a good. That is definitely bad. I like it too, but it's definitely bad.
Yeah. October 27th and the 28th. Spirits of the Villa. That's gonna be a good one.
That is a. Oh well. Okay. Anyway, Full Moon Productions, I had to think about it. Full moon. Yeah, I almost had a spit take. There was almost a spit take there.
And also, it says Paranormal Task Force on this one as well.
Which one?
I mean, the Spirits of the Villa.
Oh, are they coming?
I don't.
Hell, I don't know.
The logo's there. I don't know. However,
okay,
it's gonna be good.
Sounds legit.
You know what else is legit? Awkward.
It's not awkward at all.
No.
He said, I think it went up his nose. Never had soda up my nose. I've had it come out of my nose.
Well, then technically it would be up your nose, wouldn't it? To get out, up and out and in.
No, because it went down and then it came
up.
Out.
You were trying to avoid that up word.
Is this my nose? This comes up and then down. Right. It does hurt, Tabitha. When you get soda through your nasal cavity.
Or is it cleansing of the sinuses?
Sure, if your sinuses are like battery terminals.
Battery terminals. Aren't
That's
we
like
all
a mechanic.
just electrical beings?
It's like a mechanic thing, sort of, because like you use soda to clean your battery terminals, clean the corrosion off.
Yeah.
Oh my God! No, that sounds terrible. See, Greg even said, "You got me, Kate."
Well, okay. Becky's saving me because Nomi Spice is her favorite.
Nomi Spice.
Nomi Spice.
Is that you?
That is me. I am the said Nomi Spice, and I probably shouldn't have pulled that comment up because that's all I'm going to hear about.
That is a title you are more than welcome to, my friend.
Oh, thank you, buddy. I wear it with pride.
Oh, I know you did. I know you did.
So what's you working on anything new in the laboratory? Do you have any new?
Well, we're going to be moving.
Ideas?
We're going to be moving. That's about what I'm going to be working on soon. So we're going to be probably moving. I don't know if I'm going to get another place or if I'm just going to take advantage of the opportunity while I don't have anything here and organize my garage around it. So I can do it from the garage. I can do everything from the garage.
Right.
And that way I ain't got to have a third place I have to go. Because right now I have work, right? And that's downtown Kansas City. And then so right now I have work I have my daytime shop in Kansas City, Kansas.
Right.
And then I have Supernatural Ink shop in Smithville, and then my house in Kansas City. So it's like a triangle right now. I'd rather just have two places that I'm going back and forth. So I think I'm just going to bring everything back to the house.
Well, I know what I'll be doing. That'll be
helping me move.
Yeah, man. Whatever you need, brother. That's how I roll. Oh
yeah, it's hard. It's hard, get off work and then drive all the way to another place, and then having to balance all that and home too. So
that's just it. Really is too much. I mean, it's cool. It's cool to have the lab, but it is a lot. I witnessed that firsthand last time I was up there because you have to go off to work and then I'd be at the lab with all day. And then you would come in and you would be tired because you're an adult and you have a real job. And then I would just be wanting to bounce around the house. So
I'm not proud of it.
I mean,
I'm not proud of having to have an adult job. It's not
okay.
great. It is okay.
I
It's
mean,
fun.
if you had to do something, working on video games, I think is all right.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Except having to move them.
Yeah, I don't like moving them. That
No.
sucks. I don't like moving. I don't mind moving like Pac-Man games, but like pool tables, that sucks.
Right. By the way, if anybody in the chats has any questions for the ITC
Keeping the couch
guru,
warm. That sounds like an even better job. How'd you end up with such a good job?
That is a good job. I like that.
Keeping the couch warm. It's very nice.
So, I lost it. I had it and I lost it. It was something about Devil's Perch.
What about it?
I can't remember now. I was gonna ask you.
Oh, well.
So what are we looking at for season 2 of Ghosts of Devil's Perch?
I don't think we're looking at one.
Okay, moving on. Let me find.
Honestly, I don't. I haven't heard anything. Cindy's doing. Well, I know, it doesn't necessarily. You don't have to have everybody. Yeah, but Cindy's doing.
Dead Files.
She's moved on and she's doing Dead Files, and but if we are doing it, I haven't heard nothing. So, and you know how that show is. It's like one season it might be this cast, the next season it might be this cast. If they do any more seasons, I don't know. I know it's been something since Warner Brothers took over, and yeah.
I was kind of like, now everything is on HBO Max, and I'm sure there's tons of shakeup in the executive areas of.
Well, you got a lot of things. I think there's a lot of things like that are going to impact TV pretty much soon. You got like AI,
right? ChatGPT.
You know, yeah, ChatGPT. So that's one. They had a writer's strike recently. I don't know what happened with that. I haven't kept up on it. And then, Warner Brothers took over Discovery.
Yes, Tracy.
Bought Discovery.
Yep.
And they're very nice. They sent me a nice little Christmas gift box thing with a Harry Potter one and everything in it recently. So, Christmas stuff.
Yep.
Nice people, I'm sure. But it is the TV world. So.
Yeah, and then Tabitha's like, "What do you think happened?"
Kindred Spirits got it too. I think Destination Fear.
Destination Fear got the chop.
Yeah. There's a lot of shows that won't be back. But I mean, yeah, they're going to go on and do their own thing, and I'm sure everybody will do fine. And it's not like that. It's kind of a hit, but I don't know. For me, it wasn't, because this is extra for me anyway, So I've never really relied on a TV show to do what I do. I don't need to be on TV. And I've always said that. I've always said, I'm grateful for the time I've got to spend on TV and all that, but I don't require it.
Right.
It's not a necessity for me. I'm still going to just go on and continue doing my thing. So that's where we're at.
Yeah, and I mean, that's a pretty huge shakeup there with the old, and what to answer Tracy. Yeah, it's HBO, but it used to be called something. It was like HBO something, but now it's called Max, the app, and it's got. Well, it once was that. I thought it was again. However, the days of the snow, and is that a nipple or an elbow?
Where it's all
over. Right. Yeah. But like everything, the cooking shows from Food Network are now on Max. All the paranormal
Tabitha
shows.
says, "What about Paraflix for you guys?" I mean, I don't know. I'm not like a producer type. You know what I mean? Like I don't like. I have no idea. I don't do TV stuff or like production type stuff. I wouldn't be opposed. I wouldn't be opposed to doing anything with them. But I mean, I don't know how to go about doing all that. I'm not like a big TV dude.
I do.
Thank you, Tabitha. Hello, Evelyn.
Hey, Evelyn. I do have some friends at Paraflix that I talk to regularly, and maybe they're. I've heard.
Hey, Ceiling.
Oh, I know that Ceiling well. I've heard nothing but good things about Paraflix. So
yeah, they look like they're doing a lot of good stuff on there. I'm not. I haven't like adapted into the community like a lot of people do. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's because I do my own thing. I don't know. I don't know a lot of people. I don't. It's not that I don't want to. I just just don't. There's a lot of people. A lot of people run around and they do a lot of the paracons and everything. They get to meet each other and all that. And I don't have the opportunity to run around and do a lot of that networking. That's probably good for that type of thing. The Haunt channel.
I haven't heard of that. Now that's pretty cool. I'll have to look into that. But and then I think a good show would be swapping jobs, like Martha Stewart Paranormal and Taps Cooking. Hey, why not? I mean, Martha Stewart. I mean, she hangs out with Snoop Dogg. So
she was on the cover of Sports Illustrated recently. Did you see that?
God, I don't know. I mean, I heard it was on there, and I'm like, half of my brain's like, I want to go see it. It's like the dead body in the river. You got to poke it, and you look at it. Can't look away.
It'd be like looking at one of your friends' hot moms naked, right. Except only she's elderly now.
Right, and incontinent, or I don't know. Depends. I don't know. Yes, Tabitha, you got where I was going with that. Stand by me.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
River's Edge. What? That's the movie?
I think so. I was going more Stand By Me, but now I'm intrigued with the River's
Edge. Was River's Edge? What was that?
I think. Yes, Greg Koss says. So it was a movie.
It was a movie. Right. I knew that.
Okay. Yeah, the River's Edge.
I've probably seen it. I just don't remember it.
It's a movie, or it's Alive. Remember that band Live? That was.
I do. One of their songs. Throwing Copper. That was their first album.
It was.
Live Throwing Copper. I had that album. That was In My Hands.
Mm-hmm.
That song. In my hands. Yeah.
Yep.
Ha ha. I'm very good.
You are very good.
Good night, Jamie.
I was at good night.
Thanks for joining.
Yes, thank you so much. So we got some cool stuff coming up, though, guys. It's gonna be fun.
A lot of stuff.
And there's some secrets that are coming up in 2024. There may be a brand new location for Supernatural Inc.
Maybe several.
Maybe several. But we're not going to talk about that.
There will be several. But they're not yet announced.
Right. They are in the works. Well, We have several, and it's coming, and the announcement may be made towards the end of the year. I don't know. We'll see, but definitely it's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting for me just because, I got 20 years of lost life from alcoholism to make up for it. Now, every event I enjoy.
Dead body on the river. Yes. Okay. Yes. That was.
Yes.
I was saying, Stand By Me. I would think Stand By Me.
However, if the river's edge is it.
I don't know what that is though. I haven't seen it.
We'll figure it out.
Maybe we'll watch it. Is that a horror movie?
I'm gonna get on the old Googaloo right now and see the rivers. There's the River's Edge campground. River's Edge, a 1986 film. It is a Rotten Tomatoes classic.
Uh-oh. We may have to watch that.
Let's see who the cast is here. Keanu Reeves is in it. Dennis Hopper. God. And I was like, no, that was Emilio. Yeah,
Emilio. And I was like, Emilio.
Yeah, that was that. Oh. What is the why to watch? It's shocking, bleak, and gritty.
Right, I do need to hang out with Gnome Spice.
That's right. You need to South Carolina so you can hang with Gnome Spice. You need to South Carolina.
You need to South Carolina. I will South Carolina. I have South Carolina quite a bit in the past, and I will South Carolina quite a bit in the future. I like grits too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Especially cheese grits.
No, man, you're ruining them. Oh God.
You ruin them with sugar. I bet you put sugar in your grits.
No, the hell I don't. What are you talking about?
I don't know. I saw somebody do that one day at the Waffle House, and I was surprised he didn't get kicked out.
Should have got kicked out. I mean, at worst, I might throw some bacon in there, like at the Waffle House. If I get grits, I'm gonna get some bacon, and I'm gonna crush my bacon up, put my bacon in there.
Okay.
A little bit of salt, call it a day.
That's it. No butter.
That's it. Oh, okay. Well, some butter.
Well,
yeah,
okay.
a little bit of butter, not too much butter.
We're still in the realm of basic, so we're still in the basic realm. So I guess that's okay.
Yeah, but we can go throwing hot sauce and sugar and everything else like you talking about doing on there.
I didn't put the sugar in it.
That's what you said.
No, I said there was a guy that I saw at Waffle House.
There was a guy. Oh, I have this friend that puts sugar on his grits.
I just,
Right, Becky, there we go. Butter and salt only. And like I said, if some bacon happens to make its way into it from the plate, not a big deal. Even some eggs, hell, I'm not opposed to just mixing everything up.
I mean, it's all, yeah.
Hey, past the concrete slab yesterday where your favorite Hardee's used to be. Did you really?
There you
where
go.
It used to be. I remember I got my first sourdough. Or was it the San Francisco? What's the thing about Hardee's?
It was
sourdough. What was it?
The San Franciscan? I don't know. I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
I can't remember. Anyway, yeah, dude, I used to go get shit on a shingle plate. Yes, that is right.
Mix
it all up.
Yep. And that's an underrated dish. SOS.
Frisco burger.
There it is. Look at Kim Brady with the win in the clutch.
What?
Yeah, man.
So, grits. Y'all look at my game controller. How about that? There we go.
It was very blue.
Was it blue?
It was. I saw. Oh no, it's a reflection. Okay, that's the blue, but that's not what I was seeing.
Dennis Hopper's in that one. River's Edge.
We're gonna watch the River's Edge.
It sounds like an all-star cast. Good old steak biscuit from Hardee's is awesome. Yes, steak biscuit is good. Is that the? I guess it's just a regular steak biscuit. They have one though that's like a steak
with gravy on the steak, and like an egg is a sandwich now at Hardee's.
Yes, is it really?
Yeah, dude, it's actually pretty good.
There's no Hardee's close to me, man. There's one down the road, but it's down the road.
It has to be because I don't think I've ever seen it, and I've ridden around.
We'll go down there and get some. Well, you don't ever. Of course, you ain't never seen it. You don't get up before noon.
I like to get up.
Who the hell eats at Hardee's past breakfast?
That's why they have breakfast all day.
They don't have breakfast all day at Hardee's.
Yeah, they do. They do now.
Do they really?
Yes.
Dude, I've been saying that for years. They should do that. Because that's all anybody eats from Hardee's. It's breakfast. That's all I ever want from Hardee's. I don't want no dang Hardee's burger.
No. But
whatever, Carl's Jr.'s.
No, that's the other coast. Is the old Carl's Jr.
Well, you'd be surprised. You get out to Louisiana. There's Carl's Jr.'s in Louisiana.
Oh, see, well, I guess that's because I've never been to Louisiana, so I don't know.
First time I ever seen a Carl's Jr., I think, was in Louisiana.
They're all over California.
Are they really? Oh, yeah, no, I know. Yeah, no, there was. Because when I went to L.A., that's where I ate. Because it was right down the street. It was like,
okay,
I feel like a redneck in Los Angeles.
Right.
Here's a place that looks like Hardee's.
Yeah, and it was, but it
wasn't.
But who's
Carl?
It's
Carl. I don't know who Carl is.
And see, they have a burrito place inside Carl's Jr. It's the Red Burrito. Carl's Jr. and the Red Burrito.
Oh yeah. That's new, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know, but
they started doing that with Hardee's too, because there's a Hardee's in Poplar Bluff, Missouri, and I noticed that last time we were down there, they had put a Red Burrito in there. Carl's Jr.'s here. They don't have steak biscuits, and I miss it. Me too, Becky.
Well, what I want to know is who's Carl, and why is his son running a fake business that's supposed to be Hardee's?
These are important questions.
I mean, we need to know these answers.
Let's do it. Hardee's run. I want 5 open-faced gravy biscuits.
Okay. 5. This many.
Dude, I would kill some great open-faced gravy biscuits. I like them open-faced. You got to tell them open. I like it when you tell somebody when you're telling your order and you tell them an open-faced gravy biscuit and they know what the hell you're talking about.
Well, or they'll give you the biscuit and say you cut it open yourself and pour it on top.
That's not what I want.
I know. But
I want it. I don't want to have to tell. I don't want to have to explain to people what open face means.
Right.
I want to say I want 5 open face gravy biscuits, and they're all right, sugar, pull on around, and I pull on around, and I actually get 5 gravy biscuits in the trays, split open,
right,
and the gravy dumped on them already. That way, by the time I get home, it's had an ample amount of time to soak into the biscuit.
Right.
God dang, I'm making myself hungry.
There. Yeah, that sounds delicious.
God, darn it. They say, everybody keeps saying, oh, they sell the same biscuits and gravy at Walmart. No, they don't.
No, they don't.
No. No.
Because you have to make that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to make it. I want to eat it.
Well, it's not the same either, even if you make it.
No, it's not. Because you know why it's different? Because they make it with love.
Is that why?
That's why. They make it with love.
We'll go with that.
Okay. And yeah, we will have biscuit runs because I have been told that I'm supposed to feed the speakers.
Yes, you have to feed people, Brandon. You have to.
But I'm just so used to nobody eats.
You can't just go pick everybody up from an airport and just drop them all somewhere and be like, well, there you go, boss. Have a good one.
Can't do that.
Yeah.
Because obviously I tried that and it didn't work is what I'm getting at. I was like, well, hey, they got free breakfast at the hotel. Enjoy.
Right. Yeah. Free continental breakfast.
Yep.
They're gonna have some cereals.
Yeah, eat them.
And they're gonna have some frosted flakes.
Frosted flakes.
Some fake milk. Some of that unrefrigerated milk.
Look, and I paid extra for that, y'all.
I don't like unrefrigerated milk, Brandon.
No, you don't. And you know what else you don't like? Empty peanut butter jars.
Well, obviously.
Right.
They're way better when they're full.
That's why
I'm a huge peanut butter fan.
The man has to have his night peanut butter.
I do. I drink.
Listen, I have been sent out many a time in towns where I don't know where the hell I'm at to go find some milk and some peanut butter.
Mm-hmm.
And I have succeeded each and every time.
Mm-hmm.
The man needs his
I stepped it up though. I stepped it up, and now I like to have honey.
This is true.
Not just the honey peanut butter. It's not good enough anymore.
No.
I like a jar of honey. I like to have a jar of honey and a jar of peanut butter, like a gallon of milk.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a happy camper.
That's all he needs. That's it.
And I want a metal spoon.
God, have a metal spoon.
I don't want a plastic spoon.
You be breaking it and getting your eye. It's
How
horrible.
are you gonna scoop peanut butter properly with a plastic spoon?
Well, first of all, you're not.
No.
This is why we use the metal spoon.
This is where the metal spoon comes in.
Right. The bigger, the better. He can get the longer the handle, so he doesn't get the peanut butter all over him.
It gets in my beard.
It does.
I don't like it when it gets in my goatee.
Yeah. It's peanut butter goatee time.
It's not something I want to save for later.
No, peanut butter is best eaten immediately.
Enjoyed right out of the jar.
Right, and that's just how nature intended. Oh, this is how
Why are you
roll.
putting all the secrets out there, Brandon?
Oh, well, hot Pepsi and tree buckets. Thank you, Tabitha. You remembered.
Hot Pepsi.
And tree
that's
bucket.
right. I missed the hot Pepsi. I missed that.
Yep, I had forgotten about the hot Pepsi and the tree bucket.
Greg says, what's the tree bucket?
While back. That was tree bucket. Yes.
Warm Pepsi.
Greg Koss, you missed the whole tree bucket thing, man. That was priceless. Looks like a tree bucket. Oh.
Warm Pepsi.
Warm Pepsi. How do you like the losers party? Warm Pepsi.
Yeah, you see, there'll be no warm Pepsi around here.
No, that's a Coca-Cola. See, you can't. It's not a Coca-Cola. It's Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola.
It's Coke.
Yeah, Coke. Everything's Coke.
Everything's Coke.
Yep.
Give me one of them neon green Cokes.
Yeah, let me get one of them high octane Cokes. That'd be happy.
My favorite's the neon green Coke.
I like a little bit of the diet. Well, that just doesn't work, does it?
That's like air conditioner water.
Oh, Brandon, I'd just rather go over here to this air and drink this air conditioner water. Fair enough. Fair.
Mm-hmm. Is that what when you held that can up? What was it doing? Was it like it was like it's pixelating, isn't it? Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Yes, it is. Like, look, you can see me through the can. Oh wow, wait a minute. Look, there's my face. There's the shaman.
No, you can see your shaman thing. Your
right.
bear.
I like that. It's even. I'm gonna wear a white shirt next time. Then I'd just be a floating head. Just a beard.
Is that a woman's face in the bear?
I mean, maybe, but I don't know what's worse. Is that I'm trying to figure that out, or that I almost turned around to look. Like I almost literally turned around to look. And for those of you that don't know, it's a green screen back there. Yeah. I was so tempted, man. I was good. What do you? Well, I don't know. Yeah. James Brady, do I need some more Coke?
Yes. Need
so
more.
We were at a restaurant eating dinner together, and there was this nice Spanish lady. It was her waitress, and she would come up because I was drinking a nice Coke, and she would come up and be like, "Would you like some more Coke?" And I'm like, "Wait a minute, what? Coke? Oh yes, yes, a refill on my Coke. Thank you. Yes." So now.
And we love you too, Tabitha.
Yeah, we do. Thank you so much. Let me here. We can put that up there. This is what we do, y'all. This is, and it's a rare treat that I get to KD on, and it's really not much of an interview. It's just us being us. And I like it. I look forward to the times when I get to come up there and stay like a month, which I think this time.
Oh, me too, bud.
Hey, bud. Hey there, bud.
Me too there, bud.
Hey, bud.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, bud. Hey, just sleep on the couch.
Hey,
right.
just get your air mattress and sleep on the couch.
Hey, right, because that was stupid. So the man, in all of his hospitality, sits out the air mattress and the thing to blow it up with and says, "Good night." I'm like, "Thank you."
Good night.
But then I sleep on the futon and I forget about the comfortable inflatable air mattress.
I got even better one. I got even better one now. And it's, well, wait for it. Self-inflating.
Bro, that's awesome.
Only the best for you.
Thanks, man.
Only the best for you, bud.
Well, hey, bud. Hey, bud. You know, hey, why don't you sleep in? Actually, I have been upgraded twice. I used to sleep in the sub basement next to the portal, next to all the Ouija boards. Then I moved up one floor, and now last time I had moved up to the living room.
Well, now you're going back down next to the portal again. Sorry, bud.
You know, it's kind of comforting when they knock on the
cinder back blocks. There.
Right there. I know that well with the knocking.
Right over there.
Blocks. I see it. There's
that's where the knocking.
Yes.
That's where the knocking comes from.
First time I heard that after you had said, I was like, "There's no way." Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, bud. Yeah, they knock on the cinder blocks there, bud. It's almost like he's an ITC guy and he does it in the basement.
ITC in the basement.
In the basement.
Anna Layden Cooper.
There she is. There she
Hi,
is.
Anna.
I guess she got bored and decided to watch the show.
She must have been bored.
Like bad bored. Hey,
Like
look,
real bored.
we have 14 people watching you right now.
I'm sorry to all of you.
I'm gonna tell you what though, KD has some of the most loyal fans. There's this one lady.
Well, I have to. I mean, it's like only the loyal people are going to hang on and like this, you know.
It's true.
I mean, honestly,
that's because you're such
they're really good people. Really, really, truly good people.
They are, except for that one lady who wanted to stab me.
I'm sure she's even a good person. I'm sure.
I know. I guarantee she is.
You know, I feel like that might be a natural reaction to you.
It could be
sometimes.
Because you got some fans. Don't make fun of KD while we're watching the finale.
That's right. You get stabbed
at the Mexican
Those
restaurant.
are my favorite ones. The ones that are willing to stab you for making fun of me.
She was giving me that look like I've lived a long time and I know many ways to torture, man. Yeah. Yeah, she was. That was awesome. Brandon promised us Katie. I did. I said she may be on. Somebody asked me.
That's a promise.
All right. By God.
By God.
Well, guess what, Greg? You ain't gonna get her.
He lied.
I did.
Like that two-timing Reba McEntire guy.
Ooh,
she wrote that song about.
When them lights went out in Georgia.
Yep.
Okay, what did she know?
Yeah, she knew, and she said Marines could get stabbed too. That's all I know.
It was slightly traumatizing. It was because I think I said I was doing my normal. Oh, look at me! I'm KD. I'm on TV. And I do the slow turn as I'm making fun of him to this lady that if looks could kill, I'd already be talking on a spirit box from the other side. And
she was not impressed.
No, she was not very happy with me making
not impressed with your antics, sir.
Not at all. And I just sat down like I need to shut up because she was having flashbacks from like a battle that didn't even exist yet. It was crazy.
Like she'd done it before.
Right, like hey, I liked Martha Stewart, and that guy put her in jail and I stabbed him, so I ain't no stranger to this world.
Mm-mm.
I've had my ass in the grass. Can't say as I likes it too much. That's one of them
ladies. I likes it.
Oh my God. KD, brother, thanks for coming on, man.
You're welcome, buddy.
It's always fun and an honor to get to interview you.
Hey, I didn't even give you that hard of a time this time either.
I know. It's it'll be made up for. I feel certain.
Well, I just baited you and I was trying to bait you into turning around and looking.
It was gonna happen. Well, is that a woman's face? Well, let me look.
Behind you there?
Yeah, I'm about dumb. Sometimes.
I think you did actually.
I might have.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch it, but I think you actually did one of these.
I bet you know what I think I did too. I think I kind of did a little, and then I realized, well, that's just stupid. I mean, here we're gonna give a little behind the scenes just so people can know how dumb I am. We're gonna turn off the background here and show you what I was gonna look at.
Right, because nobody can comprehend that Brent is truly sitting in front of a green screen.
That's what I was gonna turn around and look at.
What'd you do that day, man?
Man, let me tell you, it's hard to find green clothespins.
Apparently, is that like somebody's dress or something that you just
Dude, it's bad, isn't it? I
you
mean,
just
it's
ripped it up and just
listen. I don't have a very high tech studio here. Okay,
is that my lawnmower cover?
is that my John Deere?
You son of a gun!
It's not a very high tech show here at Supernatural. I mean, what? Wait, what?
What?
Shaman Sundays. I forgot.
Supernatural Sundays.
Supernatural
Tablecloths.
Sundays. Hey man, tablecloths from the dollar store.
No, I know my lawnmower cover when I see it. And that's it.
That's it right there.
That's what happened to it.
That's it. I'm sorry, but I needed something to look at. Yep, it's a face. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in and watching. Man, it's fun. I'll see you in about a week and a half, brother.
So fun.
Yeah, and I'll be there, just looking at you.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be great, isn't it? It's just you're gonna find that lady, and you're gonna have her at the house when I get there, ain't you?
I might.
I'm gonna get stabbed with a. Would you like some flan? They have.
Hey, but you know what? I will say this: like all the events I've been to recently, everybody's seen the show.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm not asking for much more than that. I'm just happy that people watched it this time.
Yeah, because there for a little bit, it's like they may have gotten a bigger audience when they went to Max or whatever, but people are digging the reruns, man.
Is that on HBO Max? It is on there? Really? I did not know that.
I haven't looked for Devil's Perch, but everything else is on Max now.
Okay.
It's literally like they took Discovery Plus and said, screw that.
Do they not have Discovery Plus anymore?
Haven't gone to that, but there's nothing on there to watch. All the shows, all the new stuff is coming out on Max.
Oh, okay. Alrighty.
If anybody knows in the comments, is Ghost?
I think Becky says Discovery Plus.
Okay, which is cool, but I know
it might be on both. Because I think it's probably on like Amazon Prime too.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know, so they're just like distributing it.
Yep.
Distributing it.
That's
South Carolina for putting it out there.
Put it on out there. By God. Hey, y'all see this face back here?
Do you see it?
Apparently, I'm seeing a lot of stuff. So, but it does seem like there's some type of transition going on between Discovery Plus, because all of Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives are now on Max. So it seems like there's some sort of transition happening. Which
yeah, I don't know what's going on. Dave is much more in touch with all the people than I am. Oh yes, we'll watch that movie. Brandon, watch that movie.
We'll do it.
Watch it right after we're done.
Well, I got nothing better to do.
Yeah, so you go watch River's End. But yes, Tabitha says that Dave said that he wouldn't be back at anything until maybe. So that I don't know. I don't know what that means.
I haven't heard that either.
If that's just him specifically, or I haven't talked to Dave, but yep.
I don't know. I've heard a lot of rumors and stuff through, but I don't know. Maybe these new execs will bring you back, because that's why people love you, bro. You are who you are, and that's you get what you get. You get a great guy that's real.
And
that's bad acting according to the IMDb.
Oh, shoot. Yeah. And
Yeah.
yeah, it does have on there that I'm an actor.
Right.
So I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, that's
Whoa.
well, and of course the comment on IMBD, they need to get better actors.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. That's
yeah.
true.
You
That's
are
true.
the
I'm not
real
a very,
deal.
I'm not. Thank you, Becky. I'm not a very good actor.
No, not at all. Like I was sitting down by the portal and I was watching Ghost Devil's Perch. You know, he goes, he's like,
Because he can't get enough of me. When he's at my house, he has to watch Devil's Perch. Also,
I did
so
because
it's
he
like as
wasn't
soon
going
as
to
we're
sit there and
done,
watch it. I
as soon
hadn't
as
seen
I'm
the
like,
episode. I hadn't seen it. I hadn't friggin' seen it. I'm not the one that turned around and thought I was watching Tennessee Wraith Chasers.
oh, you're hilarious.
Yep.
You are hilarious.
Oh, is that the guy? No, it's you, KD. You. That's your redneck ass talking. Oh. Well, what is it? Is a hoot watching
And it's
y'all.
watch it together. Oh, I'm sure. Maybe we'll do that.
I mean, you're just now finally getting to where you could watch yourself a little bit.
Yeah, I could do it. I could do it better now. I'm way better at it now.
Tabitha
Thank you,
says
Becky.
that I sure hope so. You, Cindy, and Dave were fantastic together.
Oh, thanks. Thank you.
Maybe.
Yeah, I like Cindy and I like Dave. They were great to work with.
Well,
I don't know.
maybe now that Cindy's doing Dead Files, maybe we can get little Sarah Lemos in there to replace Cindy.
I'd be fine with Sarah coming back. I like Sarah.
That would be interesting to see how they would do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I love Sarah. Sarah's like sister. You know, I love Sarah to death. I love Cindy too. They're both great. But yeah.
Can you look if they bring y'all back together and you got Dave? I'm gonna buy a walking stick for Dave so he doesn't fall down so much.
I don't know if that's the issue.
I've seen a lot of his shows and he falls.
If it's is it the walking? You think he's got a problem walking? I don't know. I feel like.
I mean, if not, the man gets pushed a lot by the spirits. They don't like the old darkness Dave.
Maybe a walker. Oh, just kidding. The old Dave. If you ever see
this? I like it.
Just a joke, bud.
Hey, bud. Hey, Dave. If you're watching my show, first of all, wrong channel.
Would I do?
Second of all,
would I do 28 days? I'd do 28 days.
Ooh, good question.
Yeah, pushed a lot.
Yeah,
but I don't want to come in, take anybody else's thunder from them. But yeah, no, 28 days is a decent show. I definitely do that. I like the concept anyway. And I like all the people they've had on there. I'm pretty good friends with a lot of them. Jeremy, Brandy, Aaron. And Aaron, you made this ring for me, and it glows in the dark. All I can say is, it better not be radioactive, bud.
Hey, bud. See,
hey, bud.
Mine also glows in said darkness.
Does it?
Yes.
Better not be radium in here, Aaron.
Capital G Thompson.
Aaron G. Thompson.
Thompson. The underwear push-up man.
Underwear model guy.
Yes.
That Brandon told me that. I didn't even know that, but I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, hey, he's sponsored by underwear now.
I think that's fantastic.
I mean, go with your strengths.
Right.
I'm still looking for mine.
I'm trying to think of a good pun here. I mean, if I had an underwear contract, I imagine it would be pretty brief.
Yeah, I'd probably wear it out. It would be totally nuts.
Mm.
It would just always crack a smile.
Crack.
I want to get mom tattooed on. I like 2 M's on my butt cheek.
And with that being said,
that way when I do cartwheels,
everybody
says, wow,
make sure you hit
Mom.
that like, subscribe, and all those buttons on there. Follow.
Yes. And all of the goodness. Thomas Wright, crack. Thank you, buddy. Crack kills. It's horrible. Tune in next Sunday when my guest will be. Let me look at the calendar because I'm horrible.
You don't even know who your guest is going to be next Sunday.
Because I don't have anybody for next Sunday. Next Sunday is the 2nd, and I have nobody.
Oh, poor Brandon.
But I do have all the rest
that means the 4th is on a Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
How are we going to do this at work? I'm interested. I don't know yet. Smacking, stabbing all up. All. Smacking, stabbing them all. Smack them, stab them, punch them, kick them. Those buttons.
Walk them down.
Walk them down. Like, what's that guy? That rapper. You got to walk them down. Courtney Buckley.
You need Courtney Buckley. I don't. That name does not ring a bell. However, if you can facilitate getting me in touch with her and I have an open slot, yeah, I'd love to meet new people. So
I hope Courtney Buckley is a joke or something. I don't know, but I'm just saying. I hope you're playing a joke on Brandon, and that would be funny if he actually thought it was a person. I just thought that because Thomas Wright says "LOL, Tabitha."
No.
Oh, scared and alone. Okay, she's a real person. All right, no offense to anybody, but I just thought it would be a funny joke. A new kid on the block.
I thought
maybe. Wait a second. You mean like a new paranormal investigator? Right. Not like they brought the band back.
Well, the band is touring.
Oh.
Yeah, they're touring. Also, Vanilla Ice is on tour.
Hey, now we're talking.
That's right.
Vanilla Ice, dude, I'm telling you, Ice Baby slaps, bro. If you haven't listened to it lately, put it on, turn it up in your car right now.
Do it.
You'll thank me.
Watching.
You can thank me later.
Yeah. Right. Fan mail.
It slaps.
And stabbing.
And goes hard in the paint.
In the paint.
Guar. Brandon.
Get Guar on the show.
Get Guar on the show, Brandon. Do it.
Man, if I could get Guar on the show, that'd be amazing.
What's the lead guy's name? Is it like Humongous? No, that's the other guy on the internet.
Odorous
Urungus, yeah, that's right. I was close.
That's the one. He died. Dave Brokey was the guy.
Oh, that's right. He died. He did die.
Yep.
Yeah.
Heroin overdose.
Damn it. Is that what he died from?
Yep. And he'd been clean for years, well, supposedly.
Are we sure it wasn't fentanyl?
All I know is it was a needle involved. Now, could fentanyl have been in the heroin?
When was that? How long ago was that?
God, this has been
several years back, right?
Yeah.
Was it about the same time Prince died, I think?
No, Prince died later.
Was it later?
Gonna look it up. Yeah.
Look it up.
Dave.
Yes. Say it while you're typing it. That's what I like.
Dave Brokey died January 10th, 2016. No, that's Dave Bowie.
Yeah. He died. Yeah, Prince died in like 2017 or 2018, right?
No, that was David Bowie that came up. BR. Oh,
I would look it up on my phone, but I can't because I'm using it.
Dave Brokey died March 23rd, 2014.
Oh crap! That's been a minute.
Yep.
Oh, damn. R.I.P.
I went to his funeral.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't remember when he died?
Dude, I can't remember to get
Wow.
to wake up to go get open-faced gravy biscuits, let alone when Dave Brokey died.
Mm-mm-mm.
Well, I mean, the one good thing about this podcast is that I can click this button.
Brandon. You
I can click
are the
this
one
button.
good thing about this podcast.
I can do this, and it's all over, ladies and gentlemen.